What's good? It's your boy Ryo, and I'm about to vent. It's an art.
Got you. So, as far as like this goes, right? What I've seen a lot of people say like, their passion comes before everything. Is that the same? Is it the same with you, or like, nah, I have my things prioritized correctly? I can't necessarily even say correctly. It's like what you prioritize. You get what I'm saying?
I plead the fifth. I just had a baby. He might watch this one day. So
I can't be like,
I'm not gonna tell him what comes first and
6
second.
weeks in, like
God is number one. He doesn't wake me up. I can't take care of music or the baby.
That's a fact. Okay, I got you.
Everything else I gotta figure it out.
Everything else. All right then. So you work a 9 to 5. If you didn't have to, would you focus on this?
Well, that's my plan. I didn't have a 9 to 5 my first about 5 years of doing music, 5-6 years. I got a 9 to 5 because I was offered a great 9 to 5 with the city, and I took it. It really irked me because the month before the MTA called me, I had just signed a lease to a studio in Times Square. And
is that the Blue?
Yep. And the Blue Room was thought about. I was like, we're gonna be in a city where we have access to more celebrities and we can get bigger features and rub more shoulders. And the next month, I got a letter from the MTA. I don't even think we had even painted yet. And I was kind of distraught. I was like, no,
getting a job.
I was like, yo, this is gonna ruin me. This is gonna ruin my dream. This is gonna take everything from me. A job.
You could say no, right?
I could have, but there was peer pressure involved because my 2 older brothers had city jobs. So the city called me. They let me make my own decision, but they also talked to me about how their lives would be if they didn't take that job. They talked to me about how successful they have been with other things while taking the job. One of my brothers was a party promoter and he still had a city job. My other brother was complete hustler while taking that job and started doing real estate and was doing R. Clothing at the same time. And he's like, yo, you can do both. So I felt like it was a hard decision, but I put myself to the challenge to do both.
And can you say they were correct? Like your job has helped you with
my job. My job has saved me from going bankrupt plenty of times. When there was times where studio time was slow, and I couldn't depend on clients to pay everything. And I remember, like, I have a work check sitting in the bank account that gets deposited. So hey, sometimes work check paid for the studio, and that's because my days of studio rap was over. Like, I couldn't stay in the studio and just wait for people to call. So I always had to work on the schedule. So being there 24/7 waiting for calls, of course, that didn't make sure your rent get paid. But I couldn't do that anymore. I had to grow up.
So I had to grow up.
So to get back to your question, I plan on getting back to the studio full time again by using the job. I use the job's money to make investments, to which I don't need the job anymore. And then eventually I'll retire from the job, probably like 5-6 years early, and go straight back to the studio full time. It's your boy Ryo, aka RecordWithRyo, aka Ryo the Crook, and I just vented. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.